Good morning from Sweden. January, this 16th of January, energy reading. Today it is much warmer outside, continue being much warmer outside because the snow is melting here. It's been a beautiful winter wonderland. It seems like it's all melting away, but we might still get cold. It's still only January, so we'll see. Anyway, today's reading, the map, getting us a little map of the energies today and how to navigate them best for the best and most smooth day ahead. Okay, so let's start. But first, empty our lungs of air, stale energy, stale air. Our minds of stale thoughts. So and breathe in through the nose all the way into the stomach and filling your lungs. Feeling the whole upper body expand, and then breathe out through a pinhole through your lips, releasing what does not serve. One more breath in through the nose. Bringing you into this present moment, releasing what is old. And one last breath in through the nose. Filling the lungs with the moment that is here and now, and then release. What no longer serves. So now we're here, let's start shuffling the coins. So we're going to start with the lower hexagram, the lower gua, the inner gua. So heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind, wood, mountain, lake. Heaven, lake. Ooh, that went flying. It was fire. It's very fiery fire today. Okay, that's interesting. So let's see what else comes. So let's do the lower part of the hexagram, the upper part of the hexagram, the outer gua. So how does this hexagram want to move me today? What are the energies around us? And how can we best navigate them? Heaven, earth, fire, water, thunder, wind, wood, mountain, lake. Heaven, lake, fire, thunder, wind, wood, water. So we've got two opposing. And I know this one, we've had this before, so I'm thinking, let's see. They keep on coming up, the same hexagram. But we're in that. No, that's not a surprise because we're in certain energies at the moment of leaving what's in the past behind and move forward in the new that's coming to us. So we have got fire below and water above. And this is, if I remember correctly, is already fulfilled. So Li, Kan. But I might have mixed them up. No, see, so already fulfilled, which is 63. So the lines are in the correct position. So you've got yang, yang, yin, yin, yang, yin, yang, yin. They're corresponding correctly. So this is this is a moment of perfection, one might think. However, you should not, when something is really good and it's come to a point where it's okay, this is completed, this feels good, I'm feeling good, then one should take care despite that and make sure and prepare for when things start changing, because they will change, they always change. Okay, 2, 4, 6. So don't become lazy and think, oh, everything is good now. I'm going to stay here. You need to prepare for decline. Okay, so let's find the changing line. And it's the bottom to the right of the bottom of it. So taking a little step back, it feels like almost. And that means that this hexagram is turning into, again, so water over mountain. Oh, that should not look like, yes. That one. Oh, hang on. That one should be a solid line, so like that. That's a, again. So take my coins away. Oops. Pick that up later. Let's have a look and see if I'm correct on the first one. So we've got fire over water, which is 64. No, sorry. Water over fire, which is 63. Yeah. Already fulfilled. See, the last time we got this one, I did exactly the same thing. It might have been the other way. I actually withdrew this one, and then I actually on here I drew the other one. So already fulfilled, and then it's moving into water over mountain, 39. Or that's where we are at the moment, and I need to have a little peek at what that might be. So that's number 40, 38, 39, hardship. Okay. Okay, so let's have a look. Don't get too scared about hardship there. That's where we are in the energy. So already fulfilled. So if you look at the I Ching, so this is the second to last hexagram. The last one is called not yet fulfilled. So when you begin it, actually this cycle, the whole cycle, it's got 64 hexagrams, right? The I Ching. And the last one is actually the beginning of a new cycle. So you don't end the I Ching with, oh, this is all good, right? I will come to the end. Everything is already fulfilled. It's good. Actually, when you come to this point, already fulfilled, you need to start preparing yourself for the decline, because everything goes in cycles. Look at the yin and yang. Everything changes. The only thing permanent is change. You might have heard many times, and that's actually true, because everything changes all the time. The seasons changes, the day changes, the sun rises, the sun sets. Summer goes into autumn, goes into winter goes into spring, goes into summer, constantly. You are being born, you're growing up. Each day you're changing. The cells in your body are not the same. I think the oldest cells in your body are 7 years. I can't remember which ones it is, but some change every day, right? Not even you as a person is the same. Everything changes. Everything grows. Nothing looks the same the day after. Let's have a closer look at this one. So the structure is water above and fire below. And this is actually fire boils water, but water can put fire out. And also fire dries out. It actually makes the water evaporate. So both are destructive forces for each other. So they're opposing here, as you see. So they can, but also you can boil water and then you can cook with it, or you get a nice hot cup of tea as well. So it's not just destructive together. It can actually create something very, very, very good for us as well. So what we're talking about here, what I can see at the top ideograph, that's, I think, is an eye. And this is the symbol of Ren. I think this one might possibly be that of a woman. And then here, I need to look what that means. So see, the ideograph is a character inscribed on oracle bone. So okay, that's actually a food vessel. That's it. The food vessel was placed with the air grain, and kneeling person substituted with a person standing by the grain with an open mouth. Okay, so it shows a person kneeling on the right with the food vessel on the left. So this is a food vessel. See, I really need to study this more. So this is a person kneeling on the left. So that's, I don't know what the T at the top means, but the bottom here is a river. So a river, it was considered being really, on the side here, considered being really difficult or dangerous to cross in the old time, because they had boats that weren't as strong as we have now, and many couldn't swim, and it was very dangerous. But here on the right is a boat with 3 people, 1, 2, 3, and they're all pulling together. So working together as a unit to cross this dangerous river, okay? So the upward here, if you look at the movements, I was talking about the fire rising and the water sinking. It's mutually helping each other. Water is boiled. Okay, so when, exactly. So actually fire can heat water so much, evaporates and destroys, and water can, you know, put out a fire. But also if you boil just enough heat, then you boil the water and we can create ourselves tea or something beautiful. And also, this is the time of a climax. We've come to the end. This hexagram speaks about where everything is already fulfilled, although we're at the first stage of this hexagram, so there's got many aspects in the I Ching, of course. But we come to that point, but that doesn't mean that we should just go, oh, everything is perfect and going to remain perfect. It will change. So we need to, this is the time to start preparing for the decline. So it's almost like we're in the midst of summer, and the sun is, at the moment the crops are growing and everything, and we've got the food. Everything is just so easy in the summer. Okay, and then but it will start declining. We will get into autumn, so we need to prepare for the winter as well. So we need to start picking our fruit and harvesting our crops and preparing our food to store it, doing work to make sure that it actually will be okay. So we need to do all sorts of cook and freeze, and what we need, so we've got food for all over the winter as well. So this is a time to prepare for the decline, which is the winter is the decline, when we don't have access to so much food, and it'll be a more difficult time. So there is no time to rest right now, okay? Although you should do it joyfully. This is a good time. It's a good time, right? So with small step, continue moving forward and starting to prepare for the decline. So when the decline comes, you're not unprepared. You're standing there without any food in the midst of December. You're not standing there without whatever you need in a more difficult situation that comes forward. So now is the time to plan and prepare, okay? Okay, so let's read the sequence of the Gua. Those who exceed others surely will be able to fulfill their duty. Thus, after little exceeding already fulfilled follows. So the sequence is before here. The hexagram before is little exceeding. Okay, so previously it's been exceeding little. So it's been growing little by little. But now we come to, okay, we're already fulfilled. So let's read the decision. Already fulfilled, even the little being prosperous and smooth, favorable to be steadfast and upright, beginning, good fortune. That's where we are. End, disorder. So at the moment, yes, we are at the beginning, which is the good fortune. It's at the young place, and then above it is the yin at a yin place as well, which is central. And this is, so we're at the beginning of this energy, and it's good fortune right now is good, but prepare, because when we come to the end here, it's going to be disorder, and then moving then into not yet fulfilled, beginning a new cycle. Okay, so commentary on the decision. Already fulfilled, being prosperous and smooth. So now is good. Only little affairs in the prosperity and smoothness. So take small steps to prepare. Don't go rushing off, creating big things. These little steps will actually bring fortune and make your life good, and preparing yourself. So favorable to be steadfast and upright, remain you, move forward with steadiness, being truthfully you, because the firm and the yielding are in the correct places. Talking about the yin central in the yin place, and yang in the upper gua is central in the yang place, and correspond to the proper ones, and these two corresponds with each other. Yeah, so the yin with the yang, there's a correspondence. Beginning good fortune for the yielding is in the central. End disorder, there is no way out. So prepare for what's to come, okay? Because now is a good time, and now we prepare. Commentary on the symbol. Water over fire, an image of already fulfilled. In correspondence with this, the superior person contemplates the law of waxing and waning, and there takes preventative measures against possible decline. So it could be so that now coming to the end of a cycle, and when we start something new, or we're moving into something that we don't know, the unknown, it's usually rather chaotic. At this transition time, it's chaotic, and also when we move into this new, it's unknown, so we don't know what to do. I think it was yesterday or the day before, actually childhood, or a couple of days ago, childhood came up, and that's talking about how something at the beginning, it's quite dangerous times, because if you look at a little seedling, for example, just coming out of earth, just that coming from a seed, and then you get this first sprout coming up, it's very vulnerable. So a lot of them die at that point, right? Because it has no protection. If it starts snowing on it, it has no chance, right? So at the beginning, and that's with everything, when it's in this childhood, we're very vulnerable. And when we start a new adventure, or we move somewhere new, we don't know, the people there might be like that, or it's like we are quite vulnerable. But this is the time to prepare for that, because big changes are coming, or we're in the midst of a big change, right? And then, which means we need to prepare. How are we going to take this on? What do we need to bring? What do I need to know in order to be the most successful in what I'm heading towards? So time to plan. I think it's time for you to sit down today and just start writing down, okay, what is it that I need to do to achieve? So this journey ahead of me will be as smooth as possible, and I will have the things that I need at the correct time, okay? So let's have a look at the changing line, and that is the initial 9. And initial 9, dragging his wheels, wetting his tail, no fault. Dragging his wheels, cautious as this, there should be no fault. So I think wetting his tail, quite possibly, might have something to do with a fox swimming across a river, but it's not yet doing it. So it's just wetting his tail, or might be in the river and wetting his tail, but just taking it easy. No, I think it's just wetting his tail. So it's just in the beginning here. Just be cautious. And if you're being cautious and being smart about things, there is no fault, okay? Let's read more deeply into that one. The initial line is a yang at a yang place. It symbolizes a firm and steadfast character. This element corresponds to the yin element at the 4th place, which is the bottom of the upper gua, water. In the I Ching, water also represents the wheel of a cart. Lord Zi Chan of the kingdom of Ching during the spring and autumn period of the Zhou dynasty helped someone ford a river by cart. All right. He asked his servants to hold the wheels in order to control the cart. This is a warning for one to take precautions at an initial stage of an undertaking. Another story tells that the ancient sage saw a fox crossing a river. The fox was careful and lifted its tail to avoid getting it wet, though the water turned out to be too deep and its tail got wet anyway. The emphasis here is on being careful. One can do more than take precautions. Then one can do no more than take precautions, then accept whatever consequences follows. Thus Confucius says, cautious as this, there should be no fault. Okay. Yes, do what you can to prepare yourself, but we don't know what's coming, right? So there will be consequences for whatever you do, but sitting still and doing nothing will also have consequences. So that's not a good idea. So just prepare for what your heart is telling you need to do. Okay, and then we need to, at the beginning here of this new adventure, and then move into the river, but cautiously. Okay. So, and then let's have a look at hardship. 39. Water over mountain. Okay, so we're talking about hardship or an obstruction. Originally, Yan apparently was a lame person. So a lame person have more difficulty maybe moving forward and doing some things, right? So if there is a misunderstanding and diversity in a household, there surely will be result. Thus, after diversity, hardship follows. Okay. So this ideograph is talking about, okay, there's a roof on the house with a chimney. So here's a roof, chimney, and these are, below there's an ideograph of a person. That's a person. Let's have a look. So here's a person. Here's two bundles of grass. These are these hands, I think, maybe. Two pieces of thick bedding to resist the cold. At the bottom there's a gap of a foot. On each side of the foot and underneath the person a pair of crutches are drawn. So they're a pair of crutches, these ones, okay. So these ones, the bunches of grass are insulating the roof. So there's a roof and there's being insulated. There's a person underneath that, but it's a lame person, okay. So it's a person who's having some difficulties, not running so smoothly. The blood circulation of a lame leg is poor, thus the image of a cold foot was used to demonstrate a lame person's difficulty with walking. Okay. So water above, mountain below. It represents a situation of hardship following hardship. Climbing a mountain and crossing a river are arduous undertakings. So this is a difficult time. And I think that came, I was talking about in the other one, right? We're undertaking something new. So it's never easy to start something new. It's rarely easy. I shouldn't say never. Of course, sometimes things just flows. But more frequently than not, it's not easy. But if your heart tells you this is the way you should go, you should do that. You should definitely move in this direction. However, prepare yourself. Take little steps. Okay, this is no time to rush forward. So water is darkness, a mountain is keeping still. So this, if you're having difficulty right now, keep still. But stillness is not sleeping. Stillness, what our yesterday's hexagram told us, watching that we got, in stillness, in watching, there is alertness. Right? So just because you might not be able to move forward right now, it doesn't mean that you should just sit and do nothing, right? Watch, stay alert, and then start planning for your next move. Right now, it's difficult, but you're at the beginning of something new, okay? So it's time, and this can be very difficult because we're quite often very impatient. We want to move forward. We want everything to happen right now at this point. But practicing patience at this time and allowing things to be, it's difficult right now. So if we are trying to move forward with our endeavors, we're just going to keep on banging our head against the wall. And that is not good. So today, and this period is time to practicing meditation and be patient. You don't know what's going on under the surface at the moment. So now sit and watch and allow. Don't make any moves now, because moves right now can lead into an unfavorable outcome, something that you don't actually want. So just watch and with patience, okay? Let's read this one. I don't know, just as the last one. We'll see what that one says, okay? If one loves others and they do not respond in the same way, one should turn inward and examine one's own love. If one treats others politely and they do not return politeness, one should turn inward and examine one's own politeness. When one does not realize what one desires, one must turn inward and examine oneself in every point. Everything that you see outside of you comes from inside of you. Why are you getting these responses? This is difficult to take in quite often, because sometimes we've got people who are so terrible to ourselves and we're thinking, this is not me. I'm nice to people, okay? But really look at yourself and see, why does your exterior look like it does? It doesn't mean that you're a terrible person, and it certainly does not mean that you should take whatever is coming from the external. If it's bad for you, you should remain steadfast and upright. Stand up for yourself. You are worth it, right? You are wonderful. But why do you keep on encountering this situation where maybe you have people who are not behaving very well around you? What is within you that keeps on attracting this? I keep on attracting people who are trying to use me. And actually, I get all types of wonderful people. I've got amazing people around me. But sometimes I keep on getting these more narcissistic people into my sphere as well that I have to deal with. And the question is, why does this happen? That's what I have to look at. But that sometimes, mostly, I have some amazing people around me. I'm truly blessed. Okay. Yeah, so this is the time to prepare for your new adventure, for your new direction. But this is not the time to move, because right now is difficult. So turn inward, examine, watching what is going on around you outward and what's going on within you, okay? And then from this, when the wisdom you take from this, you can make a very wise step forward, okay? Rather than just rushing forward, because that's going to lead into not so good outcome. Okay, good outcome, keep still, examine, watch, plan, and then move forward. Thank you for today, and wishing you a beautiful day.